Let's talk about grounding. In this video, we're going to go over the definition, what grounding actually is. We're going to go over why it's important, what are the benefits to it, and then we're going to go into a couple techniques that are super easy to implement, and you can do them today. Hi, if you don't know me, my name is Shane, and I'm an animal communicator, a spiritual healer, and coach. And I help highly intuitive people tap into their intuition and speak with their animals and communicate with them on a soul level. Okay, first off, what is grounding? Now, there's kind of two separate definitions. One of them is scientific, and one of them is more energetic. Scientifically, which are some of the techniques I do teach my clients, when you touch the bare earth with either your hands or your bare feet, you are exchanging negative ions with the earth. And science has studied this to show its benefits. When we talk about it energetically, what we're doing is remembering that physically we have a body, and that body is connected to the earth. So sometimes we use visualization to energetically connect with the earth. Now, centering and being on your axis goes along with grounding. It means that your physical energy is encompassing your entire physical body, which also means that you have access to connect to the universe, the cosmos, your higher self, and your intuition. So now that we know what grounding is, why is it so important? Why should we do it? The benefits are so vast that I'm probably going to miss some of them, explaining it in this video. Physically grounding to the earth has been studied in healing physical wounds, eliminating inflammation and pain, as well as boosting your mood. But even when you're not physically touching the earth and you're energetically grounding, it helps regulate your nervous system, calms your energy, calms your mind. It helps your mind, body, and soul. When I spoke earlier about your energy taking up your entire body, it's really important that we get people all the way into their bodies. People that have dealt with physical, spiritual, or emotional pain sometimes don't like being in their body because it's painful. So that means their energy is probably taking up only a small portion of their body. This is not seen as a good thing because we need sensations in our body to know what's going on. If we can't feel the physical, spiritual, emotional pain, we can't ask for help. We can't ask questions about it to figure out why it's there. And if you can't feel physical sensations in your body, you're also going to miss a lot of signs energetically and what's going on in your environment and the energy in your space. It's important for knowing where you are in space, any kind of fluctuations in your environment, as simple as temperature. But this also means energetic. So if there's some kind of spirit near you, if there is heavy or light energy, emotions coming from other people, or even just in your home. One thing about me is I need to spend time outside. When you continue to watch my videos, most of them are recorded outside. The reason for that is it really recharges my batteries, and it does not really feel as much like work. Specifically being in the forest with the trees, but also mountain forests do this for me as well. It helps me recharge. It fills my cup because when my cup is full, I can be in service to others. So grounding, making sure to take self-care is a way to help others. You cannot pour from an empty cup, so take care of yourself first. Now that we know what grounding is and why it's so important, let's talk about how to do it. Let's take some of the myths out. It does not take a lot of time. It does not take a lot of effort. You're just being intentional with the way you do things. Grounding can fall into a couple of categories. Like I said, you can physically just touch the earth or green plants and trees. Another large category is anything physical. Like I said, it reminds you that you have a physical body, and that physical body is connected to the earth. So any kind of physical chore, any kind of walking, running, working out, all fall into the grounding category, as well as doing anything intentionally. If you're eating or drinking water intentionally, all grounding. Taking a bath or shower, noticing the temperature of the water and how it's touching your body is also great for grounding. Even breathing, when done intentionally, can be grounding. So the goal of grounding and grounding techniques and exercises is to do them throughout the day so that you feel grounded almost all the time. So practicing these techniques throughout the day, finding the ones that work for you when you're doing certain things. For example, eating, doing self-hygiene like showering or bathing. Those are general rituals that we do fairly frequently. So as long as you're doing them intentionally, you are grounding throughout the day. So if you mix that in with some physical activity and a walk or some time in nature, it really isn't difficult to do them throughout the day. Okay, so now you know what grounding is. You know why it's important. You also understand some of the techniques. If you'd like more techniques with explanation, check the link in the description. So because of all these benefits, this is literally where I start with every one of my clients. Now, if they already have routines, rituals, etc., where they do grounding all the time, then we can move on from this part quickly and get to how they receive their messages. That we can just go directly to learning how they receive their messages and what they may be receiving. Because I have a free grounding guide there. And keep your eye out for the next video, because I'm going to be walking you through one of the energy expansion / grounding centering exercises. That's more of a visualization technique. So I'll see you in the next video. The importance of being in your body and picking up the subtleties is where I go with my clients and being able to communicate with animals and do animal mediumship, because they communicate very subtly. So a sensation in the body, a feeling, an emotion can all be coming from their animals. So to be fully in your body and fully grounded, it's important for picking up these subtleties.